My apologies, guys. I don't see that. I see that everybody is muted. Do I have you guys automatically muted? Can you guys hear me?
Hello, Professor. Yes, we can hear
Hi,
you
there we
clearly.
go. I can hear somebody. Woohoo! All right. Great, great, great. So, thank you guys. I do have this recording obviously for us, and I know you guys are probably well aware that we like to do it this way. But today, I do apologize. I was running over because I had a meeting that I was attending to, and then I have a meeting coming up at 10:30, right? Which is the working world of all of us. So, or many of us. But today I was hoping to just kind of do a quick introduction of self and then learn a little bit about you guys and let you know that I am working on getting the Moodle classroom and everything set up for the credit management class. So um what I'd love to do, like I say, is just share a little information about me to give you guys a heads up about what all I've been doing over the last umpteen years because I'm a little bit on the older side compared to probably some of you. So I've been working primarily in higher ed for the last 20 some years. I currently am teaching with three different organizations and about to be teaching with a fourth. But I also work with a software company in the higher education market, as well as I do have my own LLC. So I'm keeping pretty busy. So obviously, WhatsApp is going to be the best way to reach me when you need me. I do try to answer as quickly and as often as I can. So what I'd love to really do though is to one learn just a little bit about you. Two, what would you like to get from this particular class? And three, at the end, get you to send me your time zone because I want to make sure when I set up our live class sessions that I am trying to work around schedules. Now, everybody's international for the most part, so that makes it a little difficult to get everybody in as much as possible. But of course, as you guys have been through several courses, it's very important to attend class sessions when possible. Um, so I would love to give one of you who would like to go first and maybe introduce yourself to me so I know a little bit more about you. And don't everybody speak up at once. Just remember you're also on mute. So,
Hi, Professor.
hi.
Okay. I think I will just start to introduce myself first. So, hello everyone. My name is actually Kwan, so or you can call me in short Larry. I'm actually from Malaysia, but I'm currently working in Singapore. I actually have a bachelor degree in chemical engineering, but somehow back in Malaysia, I actually ventured into the HVAC engineering field. So about 4 years during that period. But in currently my job in Singapore is more to a consultant engineering. So we do more to investigation, building works and all kind of HVAC simulation as well. So basically, I know nothing much about this credit management because it's one of the prerequisite for the course in this MBA. So, but I'm actually intrigued to learn more in this course. So yeah, looking forward towards class. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. How about is it Judalyn? You are on mute. I'm not sure if you're there, if you would like to introduce yourself. Okay. How about Aaliyah? And I might have pronounced that incorrectly. You guys have to excuse me. My pronunciation of names can be uh, difficult at times. So if you're there, if you wouldn't mind taking yourself off of mute and then telling me a little bit about you. Okay. Maybe we're having some difficulties with microphones today, so I do apologize. And Miss Sarah, would you like to share a little bit about yourself with the group? And I know you're in here to kind of get to know about me a little bit as far as with the team, but I would love to even know a little bit more about you since I just met you. Okay. It's quiet today. Maybe what's something
Hello,
in.
Professor. I can volunteer.
Okay, yes, please.
Yes.
Absolutely. Feel free to go ahead. Is it Nuran? How do you pronounce your name?
Uh, it is Nuran, and it
Okay.
can be for easier pronunciation to be Nora.
Nora? Okay.
I think, yes, I think it is easier. And I'm Egyptian. I'm living in Egypt, and I have graduated from electrical energy engineering here. And I got my master's degree in renewable energy engineering. For the credit management, actually, I'm very curious to know the course content because it is the first time to hear the course name.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to know more from you, Professor. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you. Um, very good, very good. And let's see. I've got a few others in here. And would anybody else like to go ahead and introduce themselves to the group? I would love to learn a little bit more about all of you. And like I say, I like to just to kind of give you guys a heads up. I like to, with my live sessions, I like discussion. Okay. I think it's very important to give everyone a chance to share what they have found through their reading, through the quizzes, through the assignments, and have a discussion because that's how we learn from each other. And that's the approach I've always taken with my courses. For example, I teach professional development for younger individuals. So they, of course, are um, just getting into their educational journey. And it's always great when we're able to converse because guess what happens? There are questions that come up that sometimes we're afraid to ask, whether it be by email or, um, just in general. And when we get that chance to work together and build that rapport and get to trust each other, we're going to find a way to share and learn a little bit more. And that's kind of the best way. I do want you guys to know this. I have a belief that when we are in education, um, we learn from our mistakes. And I say that because right or wrong, we're going to learn. And sometimes the mistakes teach us even more. So I really do want people to understand that in this class, if you make a mistake, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You're not making a decision that is life or death for somebody. Um, but you're learning that topic and that's okay. So I just want everybody to kind of know that. And that might sound strange for some people to hear, but again, sometimes we learn. Just like me, guess what? I'm not a hands-on person, but I recently had to learn how to work on a engine for a product I have at home, a lawnmower. And guess what? Trial and error. But that's how we learn. So anyway, who else would like to introduce themselves to the group? Don't all jump at once, right? How about raise your hand, especially if you're having any trouble. Let's see. Okay. Uh, Miss Reyes, thank you for, I just looking at the, I just saw your message while you're working on a few things. So let's see. And oh, good. I prefer typing due to the time differences. Okay. Oh, good, 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 baby. I am used. By the way, I'm used to that. I don't mind the babies in the background. I understand what you're saying as far as the babies, but I've had my students holding their babies while they're talking in the class, and that's okay because again, that's part of life. I think if you guys have found out anything in a post, well, we're not really post COVID, but in a COVID world that we've gone through, um, life happens and we have to learn to deal with it and work with it. But I appreciate that. Now, if you would also the others that are in the class, if you haven't spoken, if you would prefer to type, share with us a little bit. I'll read it out loud, but tell us a little bit about you. So again, if it's Olia, and I do apologize if I'm killing your name there. Um, let's see. You're currently an executive manager in, okay, so you're an executive manager in a family business. Okay. Um, looking forward to study credit management. Okay. How you can add value to the company. That's beautiful, right? That's why you guys are working on this master's degree. It's always a beautiful thing. When I first studied for my MBA, I wasn't sure, right? And to give you guys a little bit more, I kind of jumped ahead from that. My undergraduate degree is in marketing and management. I do have a master's in business administration, and my doctorate is in education with a focus on education technology. So, again, my area of expertise ranges and is very diverse, especially even in the uh, school industry. I've worked in all departments. So that's why from an entrepreneurial business perspective, I'm able to help with this course and to teach you guys. Um, but yes, so again, anybody that may not have typed into the course session, can you please do so for me? Okay, Ahmed, hello. How are you, Ahmed? Okay, so you're from Egypt, graduated from faculty, and okay. Um, working as, okay, so you're another individual working in engineering. Very excited about this topic. What makes you, Ahmed, what makes you excited about this particular topic? Can you share what that is? Okay. So let's do this. What I would like to do is, if you wouldn't mind for me, real quick, you again, Cole, I think you said to call you, what was it, Larry? If you could take yourself off of mute for me.
Yeah, yes, Professor. You can call me Larry.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so again, you're in Singapore time. What I would like for you guys to do is maybe you can type it into the session here for me, is to share, again, what days and times are good for you for these sessions. Because as I mentioned, I do work for a software company during the day. I'm happy to have my class sessions in the evening. And again, I'm usually available anytime after. I live in Ohio, Northwest Ohio. So I'm happy to have the class anytime after, we would say, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that works great for me. I'm also really good with having these classes on the weekend. Now, I do have a brand educator position with a marketing company I work on the weekends with sometimes. No rest for the weary, by the way. And so, what I want to do is, again, try to schedule these live sessions around your schedules the best I can. Again, we will have uh 3 hour sessions per week, right? I would like to do it over 3 days per week with you, but again, I am one that provides a service to my students. So if you would prefer to do it that way, you know, I'm open to it, but that's the way I like to do it. And Ahmed Awad, I appreciate you typing in. You're working in Kuwait as an HR executive. Okay, awesome. Bachelor's degree is in commerce, major in accounting. Okay. Um, so Ahmed, what are you looking for from this class, if you wouldn't mind? And is there anything today, let's see, to gain more knowledge? Of course, that's what we do, Ahmed. We are considered, I think that life is learning, and we should always be lifelong learners. I think that that's the way we should approach life. Um, One thing you're going to also hear me when I approach things, I do approach things from what I call a positive professional mindset. In order for us to be successful in our industry, regardless of what it is, we have to have a positive outlook, regardless if things are not going great as they're planned. You know, as you guys are well aware, being working professionals, um, we have to be adaptive in the workplace, and negative things are going to be are going to occur, and it's our goal to be able to adapt and change quickly on that. So along with just gaining more knowledge, tell me real quickly as a group, um, about some of your experiences thus far. Let me hear. I know, Ahmed, you said this is your second semester. Uh, from your last class, what did you appreciate from that? What is something you enjoyed? And here's why I asked that question. Again, as a servant leader, I like to be able to adapt my teaching to the learning style. So, what was something that you really enjoyed from the last class, the way that the teacher approached it, that I can do to make it easier for you to learn? So, please share that in the chat, or feel free to speak up. Larry,
Hello,
since
Professor.
yes, hi. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, that's Ahmed Awad.
Hey, there we go. Yes.
So from our previous semester, actually, most of the group we were all together. Okay,
Yes.
so we know each other. I believe I enjoyed more the organizational behavior course.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the Professor Annie, she was really supportive, organized, very well organized. Um, and she although she gave us a hard task, but she was there to guide. Um I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that challenge. I enjoyed, and I think most of us we were able to know more about ourselves and gain better understanding of our personalities.
Great. Okay.
So yeah, it was enjoyable. It was organized, uh, and I believe that's what made the course very productive.
Good, good. That's what I love to hear. Okay. So I love that you learned more about yourself. That's a very important aspect. And it, again, it gives you the ability to take away um, items in the world of business with you, regardless of what industry you're working in. So I love that. And thank you, Ahmed, for sharing that. Um, Nora, what about you? What about the structure of that particular class did you enjoy? And what was a good takeaway for you as far as the structure from it?
You are talking about, Professor, a particular course that Ahmed was explaining about,
Yeah,
or
sure.
all
I'd
the
love to learn. Yeah, I would love to learn what worked best for you. And like I said, the reason I like to do that is, yes, I can set the course up how I want it to work, but the goal for me, I want it to be successful for you guys, right? To me, your success is, and I know this sounds cliche, your success is my success, right? And I want that for all my students. So what type of assignments did you enjoy doing for that particular course? What type of conversation setup did you like, if that makes sense? And let's talk about that real quick.
Okay, there were two courses actually. The one
Mm-hmm.
mentioned by Ahmed, which was the organizational structure. The other
Mm-hmm.
one was the economics too. The way we were given the organization structure was out of the box, of course, and very active. But from my point of view, although it was most fitting myself capabilities and abilities, but still I think not everyone can cope with the way. So for some courses which serve more than a student from different backgrounds and different mindsets, some systematic approaches may be convenient for all the people. So
Yeah.
for the economics, the approach was very standard, and it was there was engagement discussion during the presentation. The presentations were very simple and straightforward to the messages. There were outside activities like discussions on Moodle, sometimes quizzes, sometimes assignments. So
Sure.
it was a very, I think it was efficient for everyone, and everyone was able to cope on the given stuff, because sometimes the out of the box solution may be very tiring for some students sometimes.
That's very good. Thank you for that, Nora. And so here's my question for you guys, because this is business and we're working on a business product. Um, who likes writing a lot? Do you guys like writing a lot? Or would you prefer, again, more discussion? Here's why I asked that. I know it seems like I may not have a organizational product here. I may not have a standard, but again, I like to gauge based on my group of students, right? And so it sounds like I would agree with you, Nora. But one of the things when I did my study years ago with the doctoral students I worked with, um, was that interactions, right? Interaction is to me the more important aspect in this class. So yes, I will incorporate some of the out of the box items, but especially during the lectures, I want it to be us uh, uh, having great conversation. So let's see. Aaliyah said, I enjoyed business economics. Okay, it's very engaging. So everybody likes engagement. Great. Now, here's the one thing I would say. Um, Based on the today, I understand this is just an orientation, us getting to know each other, but I definitely do want to have as much participation as possible. Okay. So, obviously, again, attendance, I definitely want you in class. I would love to have you. Again, I know schedules sometimes can reflect and make that a little difficult. But when we are in class together, yes, I can go over PowerPoints with you. I can do all of that, and that's great. But again, we don't learn by just reading PowerPoints. We don't learn by just reading the book. It's about conversation and engagement. Okay. So that's uh my quick last minute spiel that I will go over. Now, does anybody, prior to me ending this session, because we are coming to an end today for this orientation session, does anybody have any questions for me, or is there anything you would like to know about me before we end today?
Professor,
Yes.
back to the schedule, right? Because I believe I'm 12 hours ahead of your time zone.
Okay.
So let's say if you were to have a class at 6 in the evening, I think it would be difficult for me because by the time 6 a.m. in the morning for my time, I'll be
Yes.
prepping to go for work.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's actually,
so
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
glad you
and
asked me that.
for me here, it is midnight, so it is 12 a.m.
Yes, yes. No, I completely understand. So that is actually, guys, that's why I asked you if you can, again, send me in the group discussion, or you could email me, okay, if you'd feel more comfortable doing that. Send me your time zone so I can, and the best days of the week for you, okay? And what I like to do is, again, I cannot accommodate everybody's schedule, but I want to try to make sure my live sessions are available where you can at least make it, we'll say twice a week if possible, right? That's what I'd love to be able to do. So please send that to me today so I can make sure that I get that set up and out to you guys as soon as possible. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yes, Professor.
Okay. Very
Okay.
cool. Very cool. Okay. Now, do you guys have any other questions, or again, anything you would like to know about me before we end?
No, Professor, everything is very clear. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I appreciate you all. I look forward to having you in the class. And here, I got somebody who wants to say hi before we end. Come here. Come here. You want to say hi? Okay. And so this young lady, you guys will see sometimes jump into the class with us. This is Dorian. She is my troublemaker. She eats everything. She's a goat in a dog's body. So just a FYI. So see, I try to keep it jovial. We have fun and we learn together, guys. So, okay. I hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, evening, regardless of where you're located. And get me that information so we can get our live session set up, okay? I'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank
See
you,
you.
Professor.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.